Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us for this community briefing. Joining me again this morning is interpreter Margie Propp. Thank you so much, Margie, for providing your services. It has been 13 months since I was sworn in as the mayor of Lincoln, and during this first year, I have had the opportunity to build out my cabinet with several new voices that demonstrate our administration's commitment to operational excellence, innovation, and to our vision of leading Lincoln toward a more successful, secure, and shared future. I have been pleased with the work provided by new directors of urban development, Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, along with our Chief Information Officer, and of course, the excellent service Pat Lopez has provided as our interim director at the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department. Today, it is my pleasure to nominate another new member of our city's leadership team. I am excited to announce my nomination of Johann C Christie to serve as Lincoln's next city attorney. Mr. Christie has spent his career ensuring that the rights afforded by our judicial system are fulfilled. I appreciate his strong advocacy for prosecutorial reform, which will be a focus of his work as city attorney. Mr. Christie has served as a deputy public defender in Lancaster County for over 10 years, where he has been known for his analytical rigor, his dedication to his clients, and his commitment to justice. He obtained his JD from the University of Nebraska College of Law in 2009. He is an adjunct professor at the University of Nebraska College of Law and a former faculty member with Gideon's Promise, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to transform the criminal justice system. Mr. Christie is also an active community volunteer, serving as president of the Board of Directors for Family Service and a board member for Civic Nebraska. He is past president of the Robert Van Pelt Inns of Court Executive Committee and is a member of the UNL College of Law Dean's Advisory Board, the Nebraska Appleseed Litigation Committee, and the NAACP Lincoln Chapter. He also served as a member of my mayoral transition team back in May of 2019, as I greatly value his advice and guidance. I am so pleased that in this new role, he will bring his wise counsel to benefit the City of Lincoln team and our community as a whole. And with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce Johann C Christie.
Thank you, Mayor. It is an honor to stand here before you today. I'm very excited to get the opportunity to work with such a great and experienced and dedicated staff at the City Attorney's Office. So many of them have dedicated their entire lives to public service, and I'm excited to continue my journey serving the residents of Lincoln alongside with them. Oftentimes I get asked, why did I choose to become a public defender? I will tell you that growing up, I had friends, family members encounter the criminal justice system. Oftentimes, it seemed that their voices were not being heard. Things seemed unfair, and it would certainly appeared as if the people who are in positions of power and the leaders lost sense of equity and justice. I knew that when I went to law school, I wanted to learn about the criminal justice system. I wanted to be a voice, and I wanted to make sure that the focus would always be on equity and justice. I also noticed that people who looked like me were certainly overrepresented in the criminal justice system. I didn't understand it, and I wanted to learn more about it. Being able to serve as a public defender in the community that I grew up in, and having an opportunity to be a voice and to always make sure the focus is on equity and justice was very special to me. and even more so being able to do it in the community that I grew up in. Now, the mayor mentioned prosecutorial reform, so I'll expand on that idea for just a moment. As your city attorney, I pledge that in addition to the day-to-day work of our civil division, which is a critical part of the work of the law department, we will increase our focus on equity and justice in our prosecutorial work. In consultation with the mayor, the Lincoln City Council, and other community advisors and stakeholders, I will engage in efforts to enact bail reform, increase transparency about our work, and collaborate with law enforcement to continue the journey toward equity and justice for all residents of Lincoln. I am so very grateful for this opportunity to continue to serve this community that I grew up in, and this community that is the place that I choose to call home. There are many challenges that face us today, and those challenges also create a great opportunity for us to continue a journey toward equity, justice, and peace. Again, I'm just so honored to be here. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you to the great city of Lincoln. And I'll pass it over to the mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Christie, for stepping up to lead in this way and in this new role. Mr. Christie is transitioning his current duties at the Public Defender's Office. We plan to place his nomination on the City Council meeting agenda in mid-July, and with City Council confirmation, Mr. Christie will begin his new job on July 21st. And with that, I'd be happy to open it up for questions from the media. Any questions? I don't know, are we having any technical issues here, Jamie? All right, any questions? Going once, going twice? All right, well, thank you so much for being here to cover this announcement, and we'll be back again tomorrow with our COVID-19 update.